Dear friends, like and subscribe the channel. Students are watching videos but they are not subscribing. Please subscribe this channel, and your subscription is important for me. And this example is LR1. LR0 atoms already over in previous videos. This is LR1. LR0 already over in previous example, 2-3 examples over. Now in this example we'll see LR1 and LR1. This is also one example is important for your external exam. And this is in bottom of parsing. First LR0 atoms for this. A dash in bottom of A, start with new variable A dash produce dot A, and A produce dot opening bracket A closing bracket, and A produce dot A. Within this you have to take carry lookup, must follow that variable. Initially, suppose this is initial state. In initial state, A dash produce dot A. A dash produce dot A. After dot A is variable, right? Then follow up A. Follow up A is follow up A dash. Here after A nothing is there, means follow up equal to follow up A dash, and follow up A dash is dollar. Means A dash produce dot A, then follow up A is follow up A dash, means that is dollar. Plus have to write before transaction, means A dash produce dot A, follow up A is follow up A dash, follow up A dash is dollar. And within the same state you have to write all production of A, and this carry lookup is same, means this follow is same, means A produce dot opening bracket A closing bracket dollar, and for all production of A produce terminal A. Within same state you have to this carry lookup you have to write same. This is called as initial state or current state. This is 0. During transaction from one state to another state, this carry lookup is same. First transaction on A. Transaction on A produce, A dash produce, A dot, then this is dollar. This is final state. If this is final state, then we can stop this one. This is state 1. Then transaction on opening bracket. Transaction on opening bracket. After transaction on opening bracket, A and carry lookup is same during transaction. After dot A is variable, all production of A produce dot opening bracket A closing bracket, and A produce dot A, and follow up A is closing bracket. Must here you can change this carry lookup. Follow up A is closing bracket. This is closing bracket. This is state 2. State 2. And state 3, transaction on A. This is during transaction carry lookup is same as A produce A dot comma dollar. This is transaction on A. State 1, 2, then this is 3. Next change, extend state 1. State 1 is final state. This is stop. State 2, transaction on A. Transaction on A. Transaction on A means A produce opening bracket A dot closing bracket comma dollar. During transaction carry lookup is after dot, this is closing bracket. Means this is state 4. Transaction on A. Transaction on opening bracket. After transaction will get this production, but carry lookup for this is closing bracket, means we cannot take, then same. On opening bracket, A dash produce opening bracket dot A closing bracket, and carry locate is same during transaction. After dot A is variable, all production of A dot opening bracket A closing bracket, and follow up A is closing bracket, and A dash produce dot A follow up A is closing bracket. This is next state, means this is state 5. Then transaction on A. Transaction on A. After transaction on A, we will get this production, but carry locate is different. Means for this, we have to take transaction on A dot carry locate is closing bracket, and this is final state. Transaction on A. State 6. Next 4, 5, 6. Then transaction from 4. Transaction from 4. Here closing bracket is there. Transaction on closing bracket, and transaction on closing bracket. A produce opening bracket A closing bracket dot. Means this is final state, and carry locate is same. During transaction we cannot change. 6. This is 7. 4 is over. Then transaction from this. Transaction on A. Transaction on A opening bracket A dot closing bracket, carry locate is closing bracket. Only one transaction is there on A. But this is state 8. Transaction on opening bracket. After transaction we will get this one, and carry locate is same. Means for this you can take self loop on opening bracket. Transaction on A, this one. Transaction on A. 5 is over. Then 7 is final state. 6 also final state. Then extend this one. Here transaction on closing bracket. Transaction on closing bracket means A produce opening bracket A closing bracket dot, and the carry locate is closing bracket. This is 9. This is final state. Alright. This is LR1. LR1. Scan from left to right, rightmost derivation by 1. Next, LALR1. Sometime in your exam, they'll ask construct LR1 and LR1 predictive parsing table. LR1 predictive parsing table means same or to represent within table. Same. This is from this transactions. If this is final state, then for this you have to write accept. This is final state. Then within follow up this or write this is step. This is accepted. Final state. Next, from this 3 transaction, from this 1 transaction, same things or to represent within table, right? This is LR1 and LALR1 is this. Within LALR1, you check here. What is it? LALR1 is advance of this. Advance of this means you check here. Within this state 3 and state 6, production is same, but carry locate is different, right? Next, state 2 and 5. These 2 transactions same, only within first carry locate is different, and within this 4 and 8 carry locate is same, different, production is same. 7 and 8 production is same, carry locate is different. Means in LALR1 we can combine these two. First we can combine these two, then these two, and these two. Means we can write carry locate $/ closing bracket. Like this we can write in LALR1. Check here on LALR1 for this. LALR1 for this first initial state is same, means A dash produce dot A, then dollar A produce dot opening bracket A closing bracket comma dollar, then A produce dot A comma dollar. This is first state. Then transaction on A, same. If you want to construct LALR1, first you have to construct LR1, then you can merge these two. Means that is LALR1. A dot, then carry lookup is dollar. This is 0, then 1. Transaction on A, transaction on opening bracket. Transaction on opening bracket, A produce opening bracket dot A closing bracket comma, here you can combine these two. You can combine these two. Combine these two means production is same, dollar slash closing bracket, and for this remaining two production same, dot opening bracket A closing bracket, carry lookup is closing bracket dot A, this is closing bracket. Combine these two. Next, transaction on A, means A produce A dot dollar, then combine this dollar slash closing bracket. On A, on A. Next, combine these two. Combine these two means A produce opening bracket A dot closing bracket comma dollar slash closing bracket. State 1, state 2, 3, then this is 4. Then next, again combine these two. Combine these two means transaction on closing bracket. Transaction on closing bracket, A produce opening bracket A closing bracket dot dollar slash closing bracket. This is fifth. This is called as LALR1. This one is LR1 and this is LALR1. Dear students, like and subscribe to the channel. Maybe this example is important for your external exam. Within model paper this example is not given. Maybe this time they will ask.